welcome everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. I'm Katie. I'm here with Sarah. Do you want to give a little bit of introduction about yourself for some of our newer viewers?
Sure. My name is Sarah. I'm a product designer. I live out of Los Angeles, and I work for a tech startup up in LA. I've been also hosting the daily XD Creative Challenges for the last week and a half, and then tomorrow is going to be our day 9 of our XD Creative Challenge.
Awesome.
I can't believe 2 weeks is already over, but be sure to go on Behance and work on creative challenges, and be sure to upload it onto Behance profile.
Awesome.
Yep.
As always, you'll have the opportunity to win a cool prize in the first 30 minutes of our stream, Chat and Win, so stick around and see what stuff we have in store for y'all today. Sarah, do you want to walk us through what we're going to be working on for the stream?
Sure. Let's see. So this morning we introduced the Daily Creative Challenge for doing to-do lists. So we did a quick sort of, wireframing, and then also a quick prototyping, which I can show you guys.
Cool. Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, so we laid out certain information and all of that. So today we're going to actually flush out the experience and build screen to screen and kind of like exhaust it and think about it in different angles. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working on today.
Awesome. You can get more info about the challenge in the challenge tab on behance.net/live. If you want to complete the challenge yourself, you will find the instructions there, and Sarah's pulled it up here to give a little more context for the Daily Creative Challenge. Today we won't be reviewing creative challenges, but we have portfolio review on Thursdays, so we'll be doing that towards the end of our stream today, but you can still submit to the Creative Challenge, and we'd love to see your work. So,
yeah, awesome.
Very
so
cool.
Melissa on chat is like, yes, go for it. Yes, Melissa.
Always.
Quick shout out to Eric, who's from Utah, and then there's Mark as well. Hi, you guys. Welcome. Welcome to our segment. Let's see.
And we have someone tuned in from Thailand.
Oh, really?
1 a.m. Wow. Respect.
Whoa, Niels. Respect.
Thank you for joining us all. All right.
Cool. So I wanted to kind of like go over just a little bit of exemplars here before we get started. There are obviously a lot of to-do lists out there, a lot of apps, a lot of ways you can kind of like organize information and make sure that you are managing your time effectively, so which is really great. But today I just lined up a few exemplars. So if you want inspiration, or if you want to just look at stuff that's out there, these are certain things that are there. So there's Todoist. Evernote is a good one. I use Reminders, which is iOS inbuilt one, so I like Reminders a lot. There's also Wunderlist and AnyDo. Do you use any to-do lists, Katie?
Yeah, I try there was this one interview I read with Shaq a while ago, and it was like he spends $1,000 every week on the App Store just buying apps.
Shaq?
Like Shaq, the
Like
basketball
the
player.
basketball?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, basically, I'm the Shaq of to-do apps. I try every single one because I'm like, this will unlock some new level of productivity for me. But I have yet to actually find one that's made me successful. But I use Todoist. But I kind of switch between Todoist and Things. Have you used Things?
Yeah, I've heard of Things. Yeah, I've not used Things.
That one's
yet.
very opinionated, but it's really
really?
well designed. Yeah. What about you? Oh, you said you use Reminders.
Yeah,
That's just
I use
the built-in one?
Yeah, I use Reminders a lot. It's a built-in one, and I guess I've been always using it for a while now. It just is I've never had to transition to another one.
Got it. Yeah. Have you heard of bullet journaling?
No.
Okay.
Is that also an app?
It's not they might have an app component now, but the whole thing with bullet journaling was that it's supposed to be this analog system for how you can record your to-dos in a notebook. So I do that sometimes too, and it's also a very modular, flexible system, but it's all analog. Which I kind of like, because then I like being able to sit down and kind of make a list of things to do in the morning for me.
Got it. How often do you use the app, the Reminder app? I mean, the to-do list.
I use it every day. Yeah. Except on the weekends. I usually don't check it on the weekends. I'm
not putting anything.
Exactly.
What do you use to-do list? I mean, a reminder list for predominantly?
A lot of the things I have in there are recurring, like pay your bills, pay rent, pay like your credit card stuff. Otherwise, I forget. And like we live in this house now, so I have to remember to take out the garbage every week and smaller things like that. And then I'll also track some like more specific project tasks sometimes. Kind of depends. What about you?
Yeah, it's like mostly bills. If I have to call someone or text someone, I have a tendency to forget. Because like during the workday, I'm like doing a lot of things, and then just like, so I'll set a reminder like, hey, text Katie at 5 p.m. and then like I'll circle back and then do that. So that's generally how I use. I'm curious to know on chat, like, what do you guys use to do a reminder list for? Do you guys use it? Not? Do you write it down in your books or whatever? Let us know.
So what are you thinking through here?
So when we sort of download the app, I think the first landing page on the mobile, you would see like a list of preset things. So it's maybe work or gym or bills. And we're going to have that preset. So we're going to build that out, and then each of it can have a sub-task or a sub-list.
Okay, cool.
So
do you mostly use the Reminders app on your phone, or do you use it on your desktop?
On my phone, yeah. And then, because if you do it on your phone, it also, if your laptop is connected as well, it kind of like sends notifications. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. It's like that Rihanna song.
Which one?
Work, 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 work.
Are we going to get more jokes today, Katie?
You know, I haven't really had much of an opportunity to work on them the last night, so today we might be a little short. I got some oldies. I don't have any new dog mom jokes, but I got some good dad jokes, so play your cards right. We'll see. So these are the sections of tasks? Okay.
So I went ahead and this morning I typed like work, travel, family, and other stuff, so we're going to slowly build it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, Tim is saying he uses Siri on his phone as reminders to buy milk. Do you use voice control for your reminders?
Not really.
No? Oh, that's a good joke. Tim, bringing in the heat today. What's the favorite band of a chicken?
Oh, God.
Egg Street Boys.
Oh, Tim. Let's take this medical out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what other things I use my to-do list apps for. I also sometimes use, well, I used Asana for work stuff, but
Asana? Oh, yeah.
I kind of had some personal stuff in it too, but all my stuff is kind of fragmented right now, which is not the best, but maybe with our new app,
I know.
I'll find a new one.
Let's see. Quick back arrows there.
So is the screen going to be the one for like each list area as you drill down into it? Got it.
Yeah.
Crystal's asking if anybody uses Mondays. She sees those ads.
Monday.com.
I've seen those ads. I don't use it, but the ads do seem kind of compelling. Oh,
Yeah,
Mondays.com webpage
we used to use that at work. It's good for like project tracking.
More like
Seems
project
like
management.
Asana too,
okay.
right?
Interesting. Welcome to everyone if you've just joined us. I'm Katie, and this is Sarah, and today we're working through a to-do list app, and we're going to be doing a chat and win giveaway here in the next 20-ish minutes, so make sure you stick around and see what fun stuff we have in store.
Okay, so maybe groceries.
Mm-hmm. Are there other constraints that you're thinking about in the design of this to-do app?
Not really. It's just
Okay.
like a very simple app where you just like go and subcategorize it according to whatever you want to categorize it, and then it's easy and intuitive. So less complicated is today's sort of approach.
Got it. Okay.
But we'll see.
Nice.
So let's go add some. Oh, these are the only images I have. That's fine. Let's just go add for some texture.
Oh, nice. So you can choose a different background for each list area? Why did you decide that was a feature you wanted to build out?
I think it'd be cool because, like, if you have like work, travel, family, maybe you have like the ability to sort of like customize and add like different images and make it like a more personalized. I think that'll be cool. Is that something that you would use in your app? Like, does that make? Would you like that in your app? Would you not? Does it not matter? Like, what would your thought process be?
I think the ones, from my perspective, I think it would definitely add something extra and nice. I think I personally probably wouldn't go through the friction or like the process of actually choosing and customizing the background. Because then I would just get stuck in like customization land. But if there are some strong, like nice defaults, I could definitely vibe with that. Yeah, because I think you can do them for Trello boards too. They have like an
can
Unsplash
you?
integration, so you can choose like different images for your Trello boards. And I spent just like 2 hours looking at different images, not actually doing any real work. So
What? I didn't know that. I didn't know Trello could do that.
yeah. We have a question on the chat asking if you're allowed to submit work for this project during the live session. You can get more info about the daily challenge, which is what we're working through here, by going to the challenge tab next to the chat. And you can always, submit your work, although we aren't going to be reviewing the challenges today. On Thursdays, we do a portfolio review instead. So if you have UI, UX design work in your portfolio, you can also submit that for a chance for us to review your overall portfolio, not just the specific challenge.
Let's take this off for a minute.
Where did the symbols come from that you have on your left pane there?
I actually had it preset. So I knew the things that I wanted to use on today's session. So I went ahead and collected the assets that I wanted to work with and then just added it to the symbols library, which is very cool. It's super easy. You know, if you want to, you know, use your file for like in the future, you could go select a symbol and then add it to your library and it gets archived. So
Got it.
you can just like drag and drop.
Cool. Oh, and I misspoke. There is no challenge tab today, so my bad. But if you're in the chat, if you go to behance.net/live, Tim has put in a link there to get more info about the challenge. So thank you. What's the star for?
You can either favorite your list, or if you're done, it kind of like helps you identify whether it's pending or not, or whether you want to circle back to it later.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, perfect. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah. And then you can also get stock images from like stock.adobe.com, which is great. And you can go like add, you can source images and then add it to your library on there. So it gets automatically updated to your CC libraries, which is great.
Cool. Can you add like a black color overlay on top of the image? Because I'm looking at it now and it seems like a little
Washed out.
Yeah, a little bright potentially.
We can. So let's kind of add this to our symbols. Perfect. So let's try. What do you think?
I wonder if the bottom image then can be a little darker. I guess there's just that light in it too.
Yeah, we can actually, you know what? Resize. Oh, we can just like. Perfect. I think the light was sort of. That kind of looks good.
Yeah, I was just thinking because
the light was like disrupting.
Yeah, and the to-do thing is also like a little lighter, you know, so.
We have to adjust that a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I like it. How dark is the blue to-do?
I think I reduced the opacity, or not, maybe not. Yeah, 50%, so if we bump that up.
Yeah, maybe like 60 or 70 or something.
Because this and this is blue. So
Yeah.
Like, maybe 70. Bring this guy a notch down. That should work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Let's kind of quickly prototype this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's groceries. Plural. Perfect. So I want, if I click on groceries, maybe I go to
That tab. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Let's see. Slide left. Oops. Be sure to select the artboard, and then Command Enter is the shortcut. I
Nice.
think it should move right. Let's try that real quick. Oh, probably not. The other way. Awesome.
Cool.
So now let's add maybe a search bar and let's flush this out.
Mm-hmm.
What else would you want to see on this, Katie? What would be important?
Yeah. I think being able to set dates and reminders for tasks would be pretty important for me. If y'all have ideas for features or things that you'd like us to kind of design or build out, feel
Send
free
it
to let
our
us know in the
way.
chat. Open to iterations. I like search.
Oops.
I think I know Todoist lets you create some shared lists with people.
With people.
But I do feel like it potentially is a little bit of a slippery slope going down. Like how far do you push collaboration?
Yeah. Because like then it can become like a crazy list with like things just like piling
or then
up.
there are other tools that are meant more for like team collaboration potentially. So
There's like Trello. There's Monday.com.
Asana.
I haven't actually used
Tracker.
much of Asana. Is also similar to Trello, or
Yeah, they have a lot of features. You can do like just lists, but you can also do like a board style like Trello. It's really just like project management tracking stuff. And then we also use Pivotal Tracker at Medium, which is more software focused.
let's see. And then maybe we want to add notification tracking. Maybe that could be one.
Yeah, something else that I like about Todoist is you can add kind of like some comments and stuff to tasks. So sometimes for like an illustration or something I'm doing, I just like paste an image in there so then it's easy to kind of come back to and reference it.
Like a chatting sort of? No.
Yeah, it's just like extra text input basically, like more
Got it.
details about the task. What do you use your reminder stuff for?
I use the reminder for predominantly like
Oh yeah, you were saying like replying to texts and calls and stuff. Do you use
Reply-
it every day?
almost. Like if I have like a call or a text that I need to respond to and I don't have time, I usually try to put a reminder and then circle back because like it's not like smaller text but like a larger
Yeah,
where it
that
takes
requires.
energy.
Yeah, totally.
Or like responding to a email from like it's a job related email. And also a lot of it is rent. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, like bills, You don't want to like
Miss the deadline on those.
yeah, like get crazy.
Melissa says she likes to schedule what meal she's making that day. Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
I wish I had that discipline, but I do not.
So you make a list for the meals per day? Is that what she said?
She schedules what meal she's making.
Oh, wow. That's like super organized, Melissa. Wow. Kudos to you. Chat. All right. Perfect. Let's add another.
What are you thinking now?
Ooh, where did it go? I had a oh yeah, there we go. So this is probably where when you want to create a new sort of like reminder or something of that sort, you can add it. So maybe let's build that out.
Cool. Just to show the input.
Yeah, cool.
Does the Reminders app let you like tag? So you can create different lists, but do you use any other like organization of your tasks, or is it just kind of one list that you work through every day?
Oh, I see what you mean. I use all like one list, and the most recent list, the most recent task would be always on the first sort of, so it gets like archived as you finish your list.
Got it.
But it's like the most recent would sort of like be on the top front.
Got it.
Nice.
Justin is suggesting maybe showing how to delete the list items.
That'd be cool. Yeah, like a little sort of delete or remove. That'd be cool. Yeah, we can add that. We'll circle back to that.
Cool.
Delete. He said delete the list, right?
The list items, or if you want to email the list to someone. I think each task.
Got it.
Yeah. So we can flesh out like what this looks like maybe with tasks once we do the creation.
Perfect. So let's see. Maybe it's nice.
Oh, looks like it is that time again. Chat and win. Start chatting for a chance to win. What do we have today? Today we have a notebook and pin, XD pin. Very exciting. So as always, chat away for your chance to win these fun giveaway items. Are you in the enamel pin craze?
Not
Do you have a lot
really,
of
but I
pins?
want to actually make them.
Okay.
So I'm in those craze, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Do you have like a jean jacket you would like pin it to, or looks good on
or
that shirt? Yeah, I like it.
Backpack.
Mm-hmm.
These are really cool.
Yeah, the quality is really nice. I always love a new notebook. Do you know if it's lined or dot grid or blank?
Good question.
I feel like that's a very important question to know
Right?
about the notebook. But it's got some really nice stitching on the back too, which is really nice.
Is that leather?
It's unclear.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't want to open it. Cool. Well, let's see who's the lucky winner of the notebook and pin set today. Do you have a preference of like notebook kind of paper?
Notebook paper? No, I like the dotted line.
Dot grid? Yeah. I like dot grid or blank. I can't do lined.
Oh, really?
Lined is too constraining for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I don't like it. All right. We have a winner. Congratulations, Adnan B. You are the winner of the pin and the notebook. So someone from Adobe will be reaching out to you on Behance directly to coordinate getting your prize and giveaway. Congratulations. You can always tune back in for the next stream for your next chance to win. But congratulations to Adnan.
Congratulations. Somebody's asking, Katie, are you a UI UX designer as well? You should tell people what you do.
I right now am a full-time dog mom at home. I used to work at Medium as a product manager, and before that I was an engineer there, and now I'm taking some time in between jobs. So working on a few of my own illustration projects, and my sister and I do a podcast together. So just kind of keeping myself busy. But no, I'm not a UI or UX designer. Product manager by trade.
But she's a great illustration person. She has her own Instagram account with, I think it's called Katie's.
Oh yeah, I'm KTZHU on Instagram. So
look
you can
at her
check out some of my work there.
It's awesome.
What's the podcast? The podcast is called Sweet and Sour. It's about Asian American life and culture. And my sister lives in New York, and we co-host it remotely together. So that's been fun.
I would assume co-hosting remotely would be challenging.
It is a little challenging. It helps that it's my sister, so we're like very close and kind of have a good rapport after living together for like 18 years. So that definitely helps a lot. But sometimes the technology for recording can like cut out a little bit, but otherwise it's fine for the most part. Product manager, says Ty. Do you prefer to manage projects over creating? That's a really good question. I go back and forth, honestly, a lot. I really do miss being in it and like actually creating or helping like to build stuff. But I think at the end of the day, I do enjoy kind of being able to bring more people together. And I'm the kind of person who really likes to do a bunch of different things. So I get bored, I find, if I like have to do one thing for too long. So being a product manager is chill because you kind of get to bounce around and do a lot of different things.
You were also an engineer, right?
Yep. And that is true. I was never a very good engineer, which is why I became a product manager, but it's fun. It's a good skill set to have.
How did you make the transition from, like, what made you interested in product management and move from engineering to product management?
So I think for me, it was really just thinking about the level of impact I wanted to have on the product and company. And so working at Medium, like my background's in journalism, and I just felt like I cared a lot about what we were doing and why we were doing it. And I felt like as the company was growing, I just had more of an interest in helping to like contribute to larger direction of projects and having some ideas for things to work on. And so, yeah, just kind of started doing some product management stuff while still doing engineering for a little while. And then as I got more into it, I realized that I liked it a lot more. So then I kind of transitioned more organically.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Are there any commonalities between engineering and product management in terms of like thought process or approaching to a problem, or is there like fundamentally are they the same? Would you say design, engineering, product management, they're all having the same principles, or do you think like certain things change?
I do think each discipline is unique and has its own kind of set of challenges and difficulties, but I think there is a lot in common just in how I think you approach problem solving in a high level. So like I think we always thought about product in terms of like problems you're trying to solve, like who you're solving them for, and like how do you know that you're like successfully solving that problem, which I feel like overlaps quite a bit with early parts of the design process as well. And similarly with engineering, you'd want to think through like more at a deeper level, but like how something works and like is that technology going to actually be able to solve the problem. So I think at that level you could draw some commonalities, but I think in terms of the day-to-day work, I think with design and engineering there's just a much clearer output, whereas with product management it's a little more like nebulous.
You're kind of like you're doing a little bit of engineering, doing a little bit of design, being involved, and you're also thinking about like the roadmap or like any new features and kind of, like, thinking outside.
Totally, yeah. It's a balance of kind of, the smaller like execution and making sure things get out the door, as well as balancing with some larger strategic or like bigger projects that are kind of wanting to be planned further out.
Got it.
Yeah. I don't know if all of our listeners know or viewers know, but how did you get into UI UX design?
Oh, wow. So I've been working in design space for a long time now, and I actually went to school I actually got a grad degree in textile design, and I did it in India, and I moved here to the California College of the Arts, which is right behind Adobe office, and I did a master's in design. So it's a transdisciplinary course.
That's awesome.
So you do like graphic design, interaction design. You have like different sort of like design disciplines, and you have like people from the industry and going through like the importance of design strategy, design thinking, and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
Why do you build a product? How do you build a product? Come up with like a business plan for the product. So it has like different sort of, the recipe to build and think more in a holistic way.
Yep.
That's where I kind of like got interested in that, because I actually wanted to major in graphic design when I wanted to come to grad school, and then everything kind of like changed as I learned everything about like product and interaction and user experience design. So that's how I got interested, and then
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then right after I graduated, I worked at this incubation design firm in Manhattan Beach, and then their model was more about, let's create smaller startups. So then, that's how I kind of like built.
Got exposed to a variety of things. That's great.
It's really great.
Do you miss textiles?
Not really, actually. I do not miss textiles. I just think, it was something that I was interested in for a long time, but I don't think I was passionate about it.
Okay.
And I kind of knew that I was not passionate about it.
How long was your program?
It was about 2 years.
Okay.
And I wanted to actually drop out of school, grad school, because I was not enjoying it anymore.
Yeah.
But it's not a thing that is kind of, you don't do that in India. Like, you don't drop out of school.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
So, and then I was like 8 months in, and it was just like another, few more months. So I was like, okay, I'll just stick it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. And because I wanted to quit midway and join CCA. But,
Got it. What's your favorite part of the design process?
I think a lot of it is like problem solving, thinking about it in different angles, and I think collaboration. Being able to not only collaborate with design, but like product management, product managers, engineers, stakeholders. There's like so many different sort of like people involved in creating a product. So being able to kind of like go through the entire landscape and then have their perspective in. And then because the end goal is that we're building a great product. So
absolutely.
That's the favorite part of design for me.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
What about you, Katie? What do you like about product management? What do you like? What you don't? What are the pros and cons? I guess.
I remember as an engineer when I would walk by like the sort of only PM we had at the time, and his screen was always just like an empty document, and he would just be like trying to write a document like all day.
Yeah.
And I was like, like I've written so much code, like I'm so productive, like I've done so much, and he is like just staring at this empty page for like a lot of the day. And I didn't realize how much thought, or I guess it's just like a different kind of work, and different kind of output in productivity. So that was like a big sort of reorientation that I had to go through for myself. Like, because then as an engineer, I was like, okay, like, I can do, implement this feature, or like put up these many like pull requests or whatever, which maybe wasn't the healthiest way to like measure your productivity and success. But then so much of product management is like figuring out what to build, which is like a really awesome privilege to be able to think through, but is also not as easily, I think, like quantifiable in terms of, and it involves so many different things, like I really lean on design and engineering as like partners throughout that process, which I really, really like. And to your point about just like collaboration, I just love working with people who are much smarter than me and challenge me to be better and think through things in a different way. So that part is probably the most rewarding. I think the challenging part, is that too, is just figuring out what is the right thing to build. And I think balancing like intuition with research and data, and being like taking risks, but taking calculated risks for what you decide to build. Because at the end of the day, you have limited resources as a company. And I think that's always a challenge. And I think sometimes there's a lot of, just day-to-day like meetings and coordination and overhead, which sometimes can be really exciting for me and other times can be a little draining. So I think that depends on where I'm at, like mentally and emotionally that week.
Right. It's like you can't tell week to week like whether it's like you can't control
exactly.
Part of
it. Eric asks, what is the smallest font size you use on mobile UI design?
Well, it depends from like devices to device, but like if it's like what is it called? For Apple, there's actually a if you go to apple.com, they actually have their specs in there, and it's really good and it's a really great resource. So if you're planning on doing iPad, or it also breaks it down into the iPhone 6, 7, 8, and versus the pluses. So it gives you what is the smallest that you can use and what is the largest you can use. So it's all available in apple.com. Specs. Cool. So that's a cool.
Do you know if there are similar kind of standards for Android? Because there's more variety with screen size and stuff in Android.
I'm not quite sure with Android, but maybe you can find out. And I'm sure like there is some sort of like specs for Android.
Yeah. And there is like the UX or like a design kit that's included with Adobe XD, right? So you could probably use that to look at what sizes they're using as a starting point. Thanks for the tip, Tim.
Absolutely, Eric.
It looks like there is a similar kind of Android design developers,
Rafael
material
said
design.
Material design guidelines for Android. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Cool.
Need to buy more, I don't know, lemons. actually build one more.
Cool. Today we're going to be doing portfolio reviews. So you have about 43-ish minutes left to get your portfolio submission in if you would like us to review it. Make sure it has UI and UX design work in it, and we'll be going over that in a little bit here on the stream. So, cool. Oh, Robert says he loves the sweatshirt. It is very comfy. The studio here is a little cold, so today I was like, I will wear a sweater, although it's a little warm outside, but inside it's good. All right. What are you working through now?
So in order, so when you go say, okay, for groceries, we're gonna go click groceries, and then you enter another screen where you can go add lists to the grocery list or subtasks. And then you can also add, say, if you've done need to buy more lemon. So when you click on need to buy more lemons, you're going to see date, set reminders, maybe tag a friend, or to go your partner to go buy more.
Yep.
So kind of like specking out those details right now. Yeah.
Crystal asks, any tips or resources that you use to keep up with ever-evolving UI UX design trends?
Oh gosh, I do a lot of reading. But like I'm always up on Fast Company Design, Business Insider, TechCrunch. They're like my go-to in the morning, even before I get started with the day. To kind of go through and read what's happening in tech, what's happening in, across. So those are good ones. There's also the Nielsen Norman Group, the NNG. They are really, really good in terms of providing you with a lot of content with like user interface and user interaction. What are the best practices? And they're actually well known for that. So I would definitely suggest the Nielsen Norman Group. What else? Trends. And just like reading and being able to like kind of like see if you're interested in AR, VR, like kind of like doing research on like, what are the trends out there? What are their startups? What are who are their competitors? And kind of like going down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I do a lot of that. Especially when you're in tech, you kind of have to know all of the, upcoming trends. Yeah.
Do you, have you ever read or watched the Mary Meeker's Internet Trends?
No,
That's
what
the
is
thing
that?
I follow every year. So she works at Kleiner Perkins, I think, and she's been doing this Internet Trends like presentation, which she does every year.
Got it.
And so that's just kind of a good high level recap of like some overall industry trends, like obviously internet specific things. And it's a really detailed and really good presentation that I use as like a good kind of resource for the high level perspective. And then my friend showed me this website called patterns.com, where you can search for different types of UI and things.
They have like really great UI patterns and there's another one, I think it's Design UI, I can't remember. Oh my god. But they also have like a lot of Design UI. I think so, yeah. But yeah, these are great.
Yeah.
And you can kind of like see on the left, you have like different categories.
Then you can
presets.
search for, you have a lot of I'm not a premium subscriber, but you can search for like different categories here.
Yeah, like
year added too, because like the design sort of aesthetic changes year over year.
Yeah.
Let's go back to 2013. I'm curious.
Oh wow!
Look at that.
Wow.
This is like a time machine.
No way.
Yeah.
They're definitely like a lot more bolder. Like the iconography is like.
And the skeuomorphic design. You remember this time? This was a great time.
On chat know about the I can't say it.
Skeuomorphic or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Look at this OG Instagram.
Oh, that's how Instagram used to look before. Oh
Crazy,
my God.
huh?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun.
They've come a long way.
Yeah, Internet Archive.
This is like back in 2013.
Yeah, this is 2012, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Yeah. But, there's also, we're doing, the UI UX streams on Adobe. There's a lot of good resources. I don't think we have yet, like, the upcoming schedule for who's going to be on the segment going forward, but it's also always a great resource to, tune into live work. And I think you can look at patterns and, like, look at resources, but there's not really a substitute for, I think, getting a chance to watch designers work, too. So.
Yeah. We have Andrea right after our segment.
Today. Yep.
Maybe not. That's kind of like how that looks. So.
Welcome everyone who's tuning in. I'm Katie. This is Sarah. Sarah's working through the design of a to-do app today, and we were just reminiscing about some old design trends from back in the day, which is not even that long ago. But
Back in the day.
Did you use Facebook in the early days?
Facebook in the early. Oh yeah, I've been on. I just realized I've been on Facebook. I think for about 10 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Or I joined it 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. Because in the beginning, their status updates were like it had the is built into it. Do you remember that? It was like Katie is, and then you filled in the blank. And so now when they're like doing the memory resurfacing stuff, it makes it look like you just wrote really weird statuses because that was like the default on the platform, which is pretty funny.
It's come a long way.
Yeah. Cool. Due date, reminder. So these are for the specific task?
What else do you think we should add?
Due date, reminder.
What else do we need? Due date and priority, maybe?
Yeah, I like priority.
Priority.
Do you think that we should think about if there should be like repeating tasks or recurring tasks or something? Like an option to repeat?
Oh, like to repeat. What would it? Well, I'm trying to think. Well, maybe it's like bills. Like, what would you want it to repeat reminder?
Yeah,
for?
Bills. I use it for like watering plants, like
right.
working out every day, or like if you want to track like a new habit, or some people are like, oh yeah, I want to write every day.
Yeah. That's a good
potentially something. That repeat grid.
It never gets old. Reminder. Priority. Perfect.
Nice.
What else do we want to add? Maybe a note? Ooh, somebody submitted their work.
Oh yeah, submitted their portfolio. There's a portfolio tab next to the chat today, and you have still around 30 minutes left if you want to submit your portfolio for review. We're going to start doing that in a little bit here on the stream. So you have add a note and add a file as well. Nice.
Let's give this like temporary placeholders.
For icons in the future? Got it. Cool.
Actually, let's do a different shape.
Nice. Illuminati.
Do you have a favorite shape?
I actually think my favorite shape is a triangle.
Oh, really?
What about you?
I don't think do you doodle when you're like on the phone, or like do you doodle at all? Like, I know a lot of people have this habit of like when they're on the phone, if you see pencils and paper, you kind of like scribble. So I subconsciously, I've noticed a pattern of like me doing circles and like swirlies. And so I would assume that's my default. But I don't think I have a favorite. I think it'll be probably circle, maybe.
Circle?
Yeah.
I like circle. I think I'm not the best at drawing circles, so I'm always sad when I try to draw a circle and it doesn't turn out quite the way I want.
You can't draw a circle.
I can draw a circle, but they're never perfect circles, I feel like, you know? Still gotta draw 10,000 more, I guess. Tim is a hexagon fan. Hexagon's a good shape.
Yeah.
Complex.
It is
I like it.
Does it have like 8, right?
I think hex is 6.
6. Okay. Oh, octagon. Octagon is 8.
Yep. Yeah, or I like a good rhombus, just like 2 triangles put together.
Oh my god, yes. I just got reminded of geometry class. We used to do a lot of those. Oh gosh.
Yeah, having PTSD flashbacks.
yeah. Eric's like, I like all shapes. Eric, you gotta like one shape in particular. You can't like all shapes. Maybe you can. But
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of bold. And
Front and center. For more options.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, let us know in chat what other features we can add on our to-do list. We can build it in today if we get around to. Let's make that a little closer. Perfect. Awesome. And then maybe a little iconography to go there with.
How are you thinking about the difference between, I think above you had like the note section for the task.
This guy?
Note, add
add
a
a
note.
note.
So how are you thinking about the difference between that and comment?
Maybe like comment, add a note is like it's in relation to the task.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, I need to buy more lemons, but I don't know, pick up a note, I don't know what it could be too, like pick up bags on the way or something in relation, and add a comment could be like, oh, I'm done, or like it's more reference point.
Got it. Less about the task itself.
Yeah, less about the task, but in a holistic manner. It's kind of like.
Cool.
Do you get distracted if, how do you like your, what is that called? To-do list to be like clean, or a lot of information, like to exhaust it? Like I feel like there's different degrees, and I'm more a person who is simple and just like really clean and like get the task done, as opposed to like there's due date and like add details and sub details and like more stuff. So are you, which category?
I like having more like functionality but presented in a simple way. So like I really like the design of things, actually. I have a couple like problems with it, but it like it does have a lot of functionality, but you can also use it in a pretty simple way, and then it's laid out like very nicely in a clean fashion. So I like that. I have a friend who uses like OmniFocus, which is like I think the complete opposite end of the spectrum, and that is not my vibe.
Got it. Okay, let's kind of test it out.
Cool.
Let's see if this makes sense. All right. So let's quickly prototype. So we want a grocery. Grocery is going to go to, say, this page here. So slide left. Perfect. And then you're going to, assuming this is one level deeper, so you already added, you've clicked on add to do, and the add to do is need to buy more lemons. If you want to see more information, so let's link need to buy more lemons
To the screen.
So what do you think, Katie? Do we want to overlay? How would we want to?
I think an overlay could be cool, because then it feels less like heavy, potentially.
Right. Let's try it out.
Do we need to adjust the
Slide
size of it though?
Or
Or we'll see how it is first.
we can't have it dissolve because there's the back button there.
Oh, okay.
But it's fine. We like trial and error. So we're gonna learn this alongside of you guys. Grocery, that made sense. And then click on need to, it's the things that we made our artboard transparent, and that's why you guys see like this thing happening. So maybe in that case, let's not do an overlay. Let's do a push.
Do we need to make the background of the artboard not transparent? It still looks like it is.
I don't know. So every time I think you click overlay.
It like transparentifies it.
or that's what happened in my case. So let's kind of go to design, bring back our
Background.
artboard. Yeah, go back to profile. Push left, maybe? Perfect. Let's try that again. Yeah, that works.
Nice.
So let's... Oh, I don't think I built that, but that works great. Perfect.
Cool. Do we want to hook up the back button on the groceries tab to take you back to the home screen?
Yeah, I think we should finish that loop. So then we want from this page to go back to our main homepage.
Yep.
So let's try push left. Shortcut is Command Enter. So let's click on grocery. Maybe we should, the next thing we should probably do is like highlight, do another screen where there's you're selecting groceries. So we'll do that the next one. So we're in groceries, and then again we're a state in. So need to buy more lemons was added. Click on it, and then you can go and adjust due date, reminder, priority, and all that good stuff. All right, so let's go back.
Did you want to hook up the creation too, or
Which one? Oh, this guy here?
add a to do?
Add a to do. Yes. Good call. So let's do create, add a to do. What would you like to do today?
Cool.
Maybe this can, push up. It could push up. Let's see. Command Enter is the shortcut. That's kind
nice.
of, yeah.
Yeah.
That looked a little intense.
It moved really fast.
Yeah, so maybe we could like play with
the speed.
Do we do it here or here? Maybe.
I think it's the same.
So we want to delay it. Yeah, so maybe 1 second. I kind of feel that might be too much.
Maybe I think 0.6 or 0.8 we can start there.
All right, let's do this again. Command Enter. That was slow.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I wanted to see that in slow.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's not. What are the other options we have for the transition?
So we have. I wonder whether you can actually. Can I zoom? There we go. Can you actually type? I don't think so. So these are presets. I don't think you can type your. Let's do 4. Perfect. Command Enter. Okay. Let's see if we want to actually make that.
Kathy brought up a good point, saying that to-do lists really depend on what they're used for, and for her, more detail is required for projects and then less detail for personal. So I think we had a good example here of the need to buy more lemons. You probably don't need to upload a file or add notes to that specific task, but I think it is still a good feature to have if it's, design a to-do app, and then you'd probably want to flesh that out a little more.
Right, yeah.
I had a question. So if you scroll down to the need to buy more lemons, like detail task, how do you think we should handle, like if the task text is really long? Because you put it in the header now.
Yeah, so this guy
Probably
here.
just like, I don't know, truncate and like have ellipses or something?
I kind of think like if you start truncating, like imagine if it's like, I don't know, 40 words, it kind of might look, maybe there's a cap. Maybe there is a point where after like X amount of X amount of letters, it kind of stops. So then you're given a character with like that specific limit. Does that make sense? So it's like need to.
Are
buy
you saying
more.
you want to limit the title, like how long your to-do can be?
Yeah. So in this case, if it's going to say if you have like 40 words in there, right, and you're truncating, so that's kind of going to look odd a little bit, right? So then how would you solve that problem?
Yeah. I don't think I think that having a limit on how long the to-do text itself can be is rather limiting for a to-do app.
Yeah.
So I think we should just think of like more creative ways to display it potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's kind of blur that background there. Perfect.
What are you working through now?
So we're making adjustments to kind of like see if, you know how it when you click on the little plus mark here, it pushes up the information. So maybe we want to make it seem like half of the screen. It seems like an overlay a little bit. So
it's not as intense as like a
Yeah.
full swipe up.
yeah.
Got it.
A lot of it is like you make also kind of like these decisions and then you prototype it, which is a great way to sort of like say, oh, it's working, it's not, and you know, refine your. It's more like an iterative process. Oops, let's kind of blur that a little bit. Send it to back. Probably don't want the binder in there. Perfect.
Nice.
See if this works. What do you think about that?
I think the design tweak makes a lot of sense in terms of the presentation. Do you want to try playing with making it an actual overlay, or do you still like the push-up transition?
We could do that too and then kind of like see
Yeah.
if that's something that works better. So you're saying that if we were to create, click on the little plus mark, it becomes an overlay with
Yeah.
this guy. Yeah?
'Cause it looks, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Might be something worth trying.
We shall find out. So, I don't know, you can do, you can't. Oh, so we said overlay. Okay. Okay. Dissolve.
Sure.
Well, that's cool too. You can see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
background as well. So, and then they click done. They go back to
Yeah.
their old.
Do you like the dissolve? You can still have it push up, right? Because you kind of designed
yeah.
it so like the
We've done.
top bar.
Yeah, let's actually delete one. I kind of think dissolve makes more sense than
Okay.
like the push up.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
push up looked a little intense.
Yeah.
But let's try that again.
Mm-hmm.
Dissolve, and you can see what's in the background, and then you click done.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right, this moves. Awesome. Let's see, what else do we, maybe it's a notification center. So, what would you probably get notified about? Your past due on your grocery shopping?
Like if a deadline has passed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's buff that up a little.
We're going to start doing some portfolio reviews pretty soon. So if you want a chance for your portfolio to be reviewed and critiqued, there's a portfolio tab next to the chat, and you can submit your UI and UX design work there. Sarah's working through a to-do app today, and we're thinking through notifications right now for the to-do app. Oh yeah. That's what happens when you get really behind on your to-dos.
Right. Oops. Maybe a reminder. What would we want to see? We probably want to see if we had priorities in there. We would want to probably see priorities. So maybe an exclamation.
Sure, yeah. Or I wonder if we could even color code the background depending on the priority.
Ooh, like each one, if it's
Like
like
if it's
a
a
minimal priority versus like a very high priority.
That's what Todoist does. They have like, if you do P1, it's like red, and if it's a P2, then it's orange, and a P3 is yellow or something.
Okay.
I don't know if that's immediately obvious though, but could be a way to incorporate it without extra like meta info for each notification.
Got it. So you're saying this guy becomes. Whoa. Okay, so let's kind of flush that out. Ungroup grid. Let's make one choice at a time here. So you're essentially saying all of the background, right? Okay, let's try that. So we're gonna do repeat grid, probably closer. We probably want timestamps too. Yeah. Let's kind of do one. So we want a timestamp. I don't know, 10:00 a.m. Like that.
Yep. Nice.
Perfect.
We also don't have to stick with my bad background idea. It might be a little heavy on the eyes.
But I want to try it out. Like,
all right, we'll
let's
see. We'll see how it goes.
There are different ways of kind of like going about.
It might be a little too much on the eyeballs.
Kind of have to learn, fail and learn, and we're here to learn. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So what else would we want to see? Do we want to see anything else apart from like a notification? Maybe.
Do you think that you want to be able to dismiss notifications or like mark them as red? Or something?
You're saying like a select all situation?
Or just like, maybe if this one's new, there's like a little indication like you have on your notification thing at the corner that like a little dot is here if it's new, and then it fades away like, you know, after
Once
5
you've
seconds
read
or
it.
something. Yeah, once you've
Yeah.
read it or something.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Oops.
I think also the first your is
You
are
are
apostrophe.
that person. Let's make that smaller. Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, so this states that we haven't read our notification, and then we have a timestamp. I think that's good enough information. So let's try that out. Repeat grid. Adjust the padding. Oops. intense. Okay, so let's try. Oh, geez. And group. Let's try maybe pastel versions. Just bring that down to. Whoops. What's going on? Awesome. This can be medium priority. I kind of think like at some point people who don't know red stands for high priority versus like medium priority, maybe there's an indication of saying high versus medium. Maybe that could be a possibility.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll try to bring that down a notch.
Or how, maybe if we think about how you would actually create it and set the priority and what that looks like.
Yeah, so then we would probably create priorities here, and then it would probably be indicated as high, medium, and I don't know, small
Low or something.
Yeah, low
Yeah.
priority.
With some color indication,
yeah,
if
so
we
there's-
chose to go that route.
You know how they have like these like tag sort of situations?
Yeah.
So maybe like when you're adding in your priorities, it can like be 3 sort of states,
Yep.
right? And you go click in medium, and then you kind of know what it
Yeah.
has to.
Do you think a task can only be one priority? Like, are they mutually exclusive?
In terms of like, can it only be high priority versus like something else? I don't think so. I think like it depends like how you define the priority, right? Like it's very, if you think buying lemons is high priority for you, then would you then just?
Oh, I mean like the relationship between a task and priority. So like need to buy lemons, can you assign both high and low?
Oh, got
I feel like
it.
it should just be one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
But
then that
I don't-
adds like complexities.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good situation for work.
Yeah.
Task as
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like a reminder where you're like, what's going on? Perfect. I'll kind of go. Update.
How are you feeling about the background visual design? I feel like it definitely looks better with more variety of color, but it still could maybe be a little too intense. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I kind of think it's a little intense. Like,
Yeah.
It gives me anxiety right now. So maybe.
Maybe that's the point. If you're that behind in all your tasks.
Yeah. I don't know whether we want them to freak out, but maybe, you know what, let's try. Like, maybe this is like, it needs like part 2, and then the part 2 can be trying to like revamp this color to like tags. So just like indicating smaller color tags. And that way is less on the eye, like
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
right now it is kind of crazy. And they've already missed a reminder, so they probably don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. And tasks can also have no priority. So for the ones that have no priority, it's probably just white or something.
Yeah, let's save that. Maybe all of these are no priority.
But yeah, I like your suggestion of having it be like more of a tag, like pill type component, as
Yeah.
opposed to it being a full background, what's happening
Yeah,
situation.
because like when you start adding colors in and then have like multiple colors, it kind of gets crazy, and we don't want that to happen. Just in terms like thinking like if I were to have an app, and if it's like something that's supposed to get my tasks done versus like I've forgotten to get that task done, it can get a little overwhelming with a lot of colors.
Definitely.
What is going on? Oh, let's see. Okay, so let's make that green.
Do you have any tips for Munier, who asks for some advice for someone changing from UI to UX designer?
UI, he's changing from UI to UX.
Yeah, do you have any tips for that transition?
I think it's more about like being able to understand the product, right? So it's like you're defining the experience of a product and trying to think of it in a more holistic manner, as opposed to like, okay, I just need this interaction from like, I need it to get from point A to point B, but like being able to validate that with like research and see a trend. So being able to think of it in like multiple angles, trying to take a step back. And a lot of designers make a mistake of like, you know, oh, if I were to create a product, this is what I would want to do. And that's
Right.
kind of like a cardinal, like stay away from that sort of thought process. It's good, but like you're not creating a product for yourself, but you're creating for a larger audience. So yeah, like tips would probably be like being able to kind of like think of it in different angles, be open to feedback, ask a lot of questions. There's like no silly questions at all. Like ask a lot of questions, and collaboration too. Like you'd ideally want to like collaborate with like an engineer, product manager, somebody who's not like even outside of the field. So all of that information is basically wealth, and
Definitely.
all of that helps you in creating a great product. So
Awesome. That's super helpful.
yeah.
All right, we're coming down to the wire here for our portfolio submission deadline. So make sure if you want us to go over your portfolio with your UI and UX design work, submit it at the portfolio tab right next to the chat. We'll be jumping into that pretty soon on the stream. Brad was suggesting that instead of the dots, we should use heart shapes to reduce anxiety.
That's a good suggestion.
Yeah, I like that.
A lot of love.
All right. Final countdown, getting there.
I wonder.
All right. So we're gonna take a little break from our design and do some portfolio reviews. I believe we're headed to space. We have arrived. You can breathe. You can breathe. All right. I think we're good. Cool. Let's jump into Luca's portfolio, which I have up here. How do you like to sort of jump into and think about portfolio reviews? Do you want me to start diving into a few projects, or you want to kind of take a look at the grid first?
Oh, wait. We can probably dive into maybe you should select a project and we'll review it.
All right, cool.
What is... Oh, this is a website. Okay, cool. This is, I'm assuming, for a housing floor plan. Apartments, maybe... Oh.
Should I... Oh, this is all one, so I'm just going to scroll through it here. So you have some pictures. Floor plan. What is the date for? Move-in date, potentially?
Wouldn't floor plan be dimensions of a room?
Maybe, yeah.
Could be.
There's a couple questions there.
Yeah. Pictures, those look great. Pay rent, portal. Ooh, I like that. Is pay rent different from contact us? What it should be? Okay, cool. Just a couple, maybe like breaking that into different modules. Maybe like pay rent is one module and like contact us will be a different module. Because in terms of like behavior, I think like they're two different things. Because pay rent is where ideally you want to pay rent, and contact us with like contacting the management about a certain thing. So maybe like breaking that into two separate things would actually be cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. We can take a look at. Do you want to look at a couple more here, and then we can jump to the next portfolio?
Yeah. Let's look at.
Do you have one that you're most excited about? We've got some.
I kind of
website
see the I can't read binary.
Binary read this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Binary, trusted by traders since 2000. Nice.
Ooh, this is pretty cool. Binary options trading.
Actually, I wonder if I open this here. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better. Redesign. Binary. You can download it on the App Store. Colors scheme. Background color. Typeface. Oh wait, so
this looks like maybe some of the design system that he's used for this.
Maybe kind of like breaking that down into, because right now I thought they were all part of
the content.
Website.
Yeah. So maybe it's like a separate asset or something.
Yeah, maybe it's just separate assets of like, these are the color scheme you use for developing this design. But homepage, create a free account, use existing account, login. These are pretty cool graphics too.
Yeah. I like how it breaks it down into sort of a few top level value props.
Yeah. It's like meta traders, automated bot. These are pretty well thought out. Start trading.
12 different trading types.
Oh, it shows you like the rise and fall of a certain thing trading. That's pretty cool.
Look at this orange computer. That's next level.
Ooh, I want an orange computer.
Binary option. Okay.
Me traders. These are cool. I love the graphics. There's a lot of graphs that are going on. Bitcoin, other platforms. Oh, that's nice. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That you can expand into so many other platforms as well.
A small nit. This is like binary with an I, and then down here it's
like, that was
with a Y.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So maybe just standardizing that style. But I think the overall design and flow of the screen is really nice.
Yeah, it's like really well thought out, and obviously there's like, we can tell that you've put in a lot of effort into this. It's really great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool.
Let's look at.
Do you have another one you want to look at?
Do we have other portfolios?
Yep, we got one more.
Cool. Let's look at a couple more on this guy.
Cool. Which one do you want to start with? Let's do Gucci.
Yeah. My eyes went to Gucci.
I love this.
Ooh, I love the colors.
Yeah, this is great.
Tan's like, holy, that's me. Yes, that's you, Tan.
So
define
UI, UX,
who you
branding.
are. Get ready. Young fashion.
So is this meant to be, do you think, like a landing page? Or it kind of looks like a business card to me. I think it must be a page because you have these buttons that you're clicking. And then this is maybe a hamburger menu.
So it's a app? Sorry, it's a web? Not quite sure. Yeah, it's a landing page.
Okay,
got
cool.
it. I love the colors there.
Very bold.
Very bold.
I like it.
I think like now this color is like the rage. Everybody's like, this is pretty cool. Young fashion. It's like a very neat, clean inner interface. Maybe kind of like, I think for me, just like Gucci is obviously eye-catching and your eyes generally gravitate towards that. Like the next one probably Get Ready should be maybe a little more prominent and like CTA.
Yeah, like if this is something you're meant to click on or something. Making that a
Yeah,
little more
so you want to
obvious.
like orient the viewer's eyes into like, oh, what is my, tagline for the website, and like where do I immediately, you want them to sign up or like log in, to kind of like thinking about it in that aspect. Because right now, ideally I'm assuming you'd want them to click on Get Ready, but it kind of gets lost. But yeah, it's great work though.
Yeah. Is there another one that you want to look in here?
Let's look at
Do you want to do
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open this also in this here. Cool. User-friendly redesign. Okay. So you got browse, for you, browse, trending, new releases.
Perfect. Because you love sci-fi action, nice, like suggestions, show more, similar to Mr. Robot.
I like having, or this context of
you finished
your
yesterday.
state, and that personalization is nice.
Yeah.
Continue watching.
Movies
Nice.
you are watching.
I'd expect also maybe for the other ones in continue watching to have a similar maybe indication of like if you're in the middle
'cause-
of Hannibal. These are also I think TV series.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like to Katie's point, because this comes under movies you are watching, it already means that you're in progress. So maybe like having a system where it's not just the middle one, but like you are watching Flash and Hannibal. So indicating that.
This could also be maybe I'm misinterpreting, but like if you hover over, it
Yeah,
shows
I was thinking
too,
that
so,
too. But yeah, these are really. I like how it's like.
yeah.
I love the use of white space. It kind of like helps you orient better.
Yep.
It gives like it almost like emphasizes on the grid system a little bit, so that's great.
Yeah.
This
Awesome.
is great, Dan.
Cool. I think those were the two sort of portfolio reviews that we got submissions for today. Did you want to do one more project for each one, or
Yeah, maybe we
Yeah?
can do that
Okay,
real
cool.
quick.
do you have one that is jumping out to you that you want us to look at?
Let's look at. I think there's one in the bottom with like the yellow.
This one? Nike?
Oh no, there's one more.
Oh, this one. Japanese music band debut.
Is that a poster though?
This says web design.
Okay, maybe we should.
And then there's a coffee house landing page.
Ooh, let's do coffee. I need coffee. Perfect. Ooh, that's pretty.
This is really nice.
Yeah.
I like the emphasis on the imagery.
Yeah, like the imagery and like what you're trying to convey, like goes really hand in hand. And in this one, Tan has used read more, so thinking about it like the CTA, you want to orient your eyes, so it's like very clean and very like crisp.
Yep.
Home about location. Yeah, this is good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Tan.
Yeah, thank you for submitting your portfolio. That's great. All right, you want to pick one more from Luca's portfolio to look through?
Luca, maybe you should pick one.
All right. Let's look at the Adidas Runners website concept. Adidas connects like-minded people looking for more than a run club, both in their hometown and around the world. Running movement, runners helps combines. I like this just context for what we're gonna look at.
Yeah, it's like giving it more like content and like orienting. Yeah. Ooh,
Cool.
this is pretty cool. Misomo. Oh, that's not English.
I don't think it's English, yeah. But
What
it looks
language is it? This is pretty cool. Nama.
great. Is it Polish?
Mi namo. I don't Brazil. Polish? Could Greek?
I like the. I'm assuming this is sort of like the program when you sign up for the group and the time, and it's over the map. So that I really like that component.
Oh yeah. Ooh. And then
These are like maybe
players.
other people in the run club.
It's like there's a social component to it, which is great too. Take charge. there like different modules? Are they connected to the
Croatian.
same?
It is Croatian. Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. I like the colors too. And this one, like maybe one little like feedback is that the overlay on the imagery is a great idea, but like thinking about it,
yeah,
it's too light. So right now, because it's like a heavy pattern, like with their shoes and all of the people, and the opacity is like probably like a 40. Trying to maybe bump it up a little bit because it's very hard to read the text even on the computer. So kind of like thinking about it in that way because you don't want to strain your eyes too. So
that
just
makes sense.
Thinking about it that way. But
Cool.
Yeah, other than
All right.
that,
Well,
it's
thank you,
really
Luca
great.
and Tan. Those were awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. Oh, us.
Yeah. What do you think we should try to finish up on the stream today?
I think, I want to just build this out and then we should prototype the entire thing.
Okay, cool.
And then I definitely want to show people how easy it is to prototype and how they should get started on prototyping.
Cool.
So maybe we'll do that.
Sounds great.
Actually, let's do it now. So let's do notification. Actually, when they're here, they're probably... Oh, it's fine. All right. So this can probably be an overlay. We want it on top of the screen. All right. I think this might not work. Yeah. Command Enter is the shortcut. Yeah, no, it didn't work. All right, so then maybe it could be, go back to design. Let's just add that in there for now.
Okay.
And then circle back. Oops. All right, so let's go to prototype on the left-hand side corner.
Yep.
We already built this, so let's not do overlay. Let's do slide left, and then kind of see how that works. So let's click on the screen. Command Enter is the shortcut. Click on notification. That's not working.
Is it, have you selected maybe just the little red dot and you haven't selected the notification icon as the hit target?
I don't think that's what it is.
I think it's just the
That
little red
works,
dot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe like making that target bigger. Yeah.
Or can you do it on the notification bell itself?
Probably can. There we go. That's way better.
Just so it's a little easier to tab.
Yeah. Slide left. Perfect. So click on your artboard, Command Enter.
Nice.
Perfect. So now we want to go back. Go to design. Adjust those spaces.
Do you want to try to do like a fun splash screen for the app?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah?
We should.
Do you have examples or like favorite splash screens for apps that that you think about?
I just generally like a splash screen where it's clean with like the logo in. It's it's just clean, and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I generally don't like imagery or like blurred background and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's just me. But do you have any preference to like apps that you've seen that you think really works great?
Yeah, I actually really like interactive ones. The very early Uber splash screen was like you could draw like on the map. Do you remember that?
Oh, the Uber?
Like while it was loading,
yeah,
it was like
yeah.
a map thing, and then you could just like draw on it and kind of like connect the dots almost.
right,
It was
yeah.
really fun and cool, and it like
keeps you
distracted
engaged.
you from like the fact that it was still loading.
Yeah.
Which I really liked. Darren asks, what do you guys consider the entry point in this application? It's a great question. Well, we were just talking about maybe doing a splash screen. And then do you think we should drop you initially in the list view? I think that makes sense as probably the starting point because we're organizing around that.
Yeah, so, you know, it would probably make sense to, you know, download the app and you go through your splash screen, all of that first time user experience, and then we'll probably drop you in this view here, right here, with your preset sort of like categories.
Oh, I see. So these are like the defaults that you would get.
Yeah, the defaults that
Got
we
it.
get, and then so immediately you know when you are on the app, you know, I want to add something quickly for under work subtask or gym or grocery, whatever it is. So those will be your that will be your default.
Got it.
All right, so let's finish our splash screen here. Maybe add that also in the prototype.
Nice.
Oops. Let's go in. Oh,
Oh, that's kind of fun.
right? Happy accidents.
Nice.
Jano, this is bothering me. So we're just going to.
Nice.
What do we want to call this? Ooh, guys, quick suggestions. We got only like 2 minutes left. To do.
To who? Get it done.
Get it done.
All done.
All done. All done. There's like a lot of all done. Oops. All done. Darren's like all done, all done. All right, let's do all done. Complete. What about the is that too lame? Complete. Oh, complete. I mean, why would you not use a C at this point? Ta-da! I'm done. Ooh, I like that.
Nice suggestion, Christina. Fun. Everything sounds better in French.
Right? Let's just make that. It's kind of hard to read. Perfect. Actually, let's just delete that. What do you think, Katie? Do we add a background in, or do we not want?
Maybe it's just a blue background and white text and keep it really simple. I do kind of like the bolder first impression.
Oh my God, what's happening? Perfect.
Nice.
Robert's like, I was defeated. These are great suggestions, you guys. Okay. Awesome.
And Christina also suggests maybe a thick white box outline to ground the text.
Let's do it. We got a hot 30 seconds. I like how Christina's art directing us right now.
Yeah, that's great. Kind of looks like a periodic table of element.
Right?
I like it. Cool.
Awesome. It's a little too much. Cool.
Did you want to add the splash screen to the prototype?
Yeah, let's do that. I guess we have to build.
What is it? Just this home button thing?
Could be. First.
And then, yeah, we want to connect it to
Yeah,
that, I
maybe
guess.
we want that to. Oh no. Why did you do that? There we go. Dissolve maybe.
Yeah. Nice.
Perfect. Ease in. Perfect. Okay, let's just test this out. Works.
Nice.
Dissolve. We're gonna click on groceries. And then, assuming we've already had need to buy more lemons, we're gonna click on that.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to go, we didn't get around to building this, but maybe I'll build it later, but due date, reminder, and then you go back.
Yep.
And then go back again. You're in the home page or default. And then I want to see my notifications. And you can see your notification. We're going to go add the pill, which we'll do it later. And
Create.
click on create. There we go.
Nice. That's a great looking app.
Yeah.
Nice work. All right, well, we're just about at the end of our time, but we do have some amazing segments up next. So we have Andrea and Erica next, so make sure you stick around for that. We can take a look at the schedule here. So they'll be jumping on right after us. And yeah, so today we got a good chance to build out the full to-do app. So make sure you stick around for the next segment, and thank you all for tuning in.
And then we have our creative challenge going. Tomorrow's our last day of the daily creative challenge.
Yep.
So be sure to view us 8:30 and 9 Pacific time. So be sure to sign in for that. It's going to be our last creative challenge for the week. And then we're done. So be sure to do that. And then in the afternoon, Katie and we're not doing that.
No,
Oh.
today was your last day with both of us, but make sure you come back tomorrow for the creative challenge with Sarah in the morning. So thank you. It's been great.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.